The most surprising thing that he told me was that he would consider putting Governor DeSantis as the number 2 on the ticket.
What? Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back. I'm Van, and we are all the LFR family. Thank you so much for clicking play. Hopefully you click that like button as well. Also, make sure you go to lfrfamily.com and ask me about the Bang Bang Tea. Now, we are here to talk about Trump and his potential indictment.
Hey, Bill O'Reilly here. Welcome to the No Spin News for Monday, March 20th, 2023. Stand up for your country. So I'm back, obviously. I'm talking to you. And we have a huge news day, one of the biggest news days I've seen in months. And we're going to give it to you straight, as we always do. As usual, the reporting about Donald Trump's criminal situation is misleading and ridiculous. But we'll straighten it all out for you. And we're going to begin this evening with my dinner last Tuesday evening at Mar-a-Lago with Donald Trump. That is the subject of this evening's Talking Points memo. So as you may know, I've been friends with the former president for about 33 years now. I wrote a book about him, The United States of Trump, which I think is the best book. It's tells you all about Donald Trump, why he does what he does, how he got there.
You know, this brother right here used to get on my daggone nerves, man. Especially being I was a flaming liberal. A flaming liberal. I hated everything that had to do with the right. Everything that had to do with the right. And this brother right here was like the face of the right. And you could imagine what CNN and MSNBC used to say about this dude. And I never listened to him. I never watched any of his shows, none of that. I just judged him based off of what I was told by freaking Rachel Maddow and, and everyone on CNN.
Okay. So we get together a few times a year, mostly as friends, not anything official. Some of what he said to me on Tuesday night was on the record, some off. I will, of course, respect that. And I'm going to tell you as much as I can tell you. Now, I did not talk to him about his legal situation. I didn't think that would be appropriate at dinner, but I did talk about politics, his re-election campaign, how he sees the world as it stands now. Number one, Donald Trump is confident he will win the Republican nomination for president, that he'll prevail in the primary system. He's very confident in that. But he understands that in a general election, it's going to be much more difficult because so many people don't like him. He knows that, all right? The most surprising thing that he told me was that he would consider putting Governor DeSantis as the number 2 on the ticket.
What? What? Hold on. That right there, that's a hot take right there. Come on, y'all, come on. He said he will consider adding Ron DeSanctimonious as a second on his ticket. Would y'all vote for that ticket? That's what I want to know. Would you vote for a Trump Ron DeSantis ticket?
Trump DeSantis. Now, I don't think he's broached it with the governor. In fact, I know he has not. Okay? I said to him, you want me to broach it? Because I can do that. And he didn't really answer one way or the other. So I'm not going to do it, all right, as it stands now. Again, I'm a journalist. I'm not intruding on politics, but I love my country. Now, a Trump-DeSantis ticket would be a winner unless Michelle Obama gets into the race. There is no other Democrat, including Joe Biden, who I don't even think is going to run. You already know that could defeat a Trump-DeSantis ticket.
He said the only person that can mess up a Trump-DeSantis ticket is Michelle Obama. Bruh, hold on. Time out. Hold on, I got Michelle Obama ringing bells like that? Whoa. Is she even considering running? Yo, that would be some drama for real.
As things stand now.
And thank you so much for your super chat, Aaron. His super chat says, we can legally protest the prosecution of Trump by taking all our money out of the bank. It will temporarily crash the banking system. That's a play. That's a play right there. Y'all, what do y'all think about that?
Would Governor DeSantis do it? I have no idea. I don't know him. I've never spoken to him. And I will obviously have to speak to him soon, but I don't know. I would tell you that. But I was surprised because I thought that Donald Trump would shut that down because Trump's taking shots at him and all that, but he didn't. And that was the most important thing I gleaned from the dinner. Now, Trump sees himself this way as a very, very successful president. And he doesn't really understand why other Americans don't see that. He understands that his personality and his presentation alienates people. He does understand that. But he doesn't understand why every American doesn't see how well he ran the country in his own mind. I concur with that a lot.
Absolutely. America don't, a lot of people don't see how well he ran the country because they're so locked in with the narrative that's been created about Trump. Well, they're just upset that he gave another group of people a voice. He gave another group of people a voice who did not have a voice. You know, those people who, half of those people were called the basket of deplorables by Hillary Clinton. Yeah, them. So they was pissed off about that. And they automatically labeled him as a racist, which is ridiculous because I was believing it too based off the information I was getting. And so, yeah, I understand why he will be pissed about that. And thank you so much, Anna, for the super chat. I appreciate it. Anna asked me, she said, Van, who would you vote for? Michelle Obama or a Trump DeSantis ticket? You know what? That's really easy for me. It's extremely easy because this will be the first black female president. And guess what? I don't give a damn. Why? Because it ain't going to be about her. The left are ridiculous. Their policies are ridiculous. What they stand for are ridiculous. She will be the face. It would be beautiful for her and for history and for little kids who want to one day be president and they're looking at somebody who shattered the glass ceiling who just so happened to be a black woman. Guess what? That would be beautiful for a bunch of people to see. But I'm far past optics right now. I'm not voting for her simply because of optics. Not happening. Because I know what they represent over there. I know what they are doing to our kids over there. I know what they are doing to our streets over there. Or to these inner cities, they are doing that to these inner cities. These inner cities are effed up. And it's because of what's going on the left. I don't care who's the face of them anymore at the end of the day, because she is still going to do things the way that they want to do things. The difference between Trump and Michelle is that Trump does not do what the establishment wants him to do. He does what he wants to do based off of how he feels the country needs things to be done. And we saw when he was running the country that he did a damn good job while doing so. So yeah, there's my answer. I would definitely vote for Trump over Michelle Obama.
No, I felt, and I do feel today, that Donald Trump was a good president as far as policy is concerned. And I don't, how could you dispute that compared to now? I don't know. Now, then we got into Putin and Xi, which is very, very important. And we'll get to that a little bit later in a broadcast. He sees Putin and Xi attacking the USA in various ways, okay, because of Joe Biden's weakness. He sees the Afghanistan thing as the turning point, and both Putin and Xi believe that Biden is a very, very weak man. And the Russian downing of the drone last week pretty much reinforces that, and we'll get to that a little later on as well. All right, so he obviously dealt with Xi and Putin in a far different way than Biden does. So Trump dealt with them one-on-one. All right, here's what's going to happen. If you do this, is what's going to happen, bum, bum, bum. He cut through it, as he always does, and made deals with them, Putin and Xi. Biden does not do that. That is the difference in style. Four big issues.
Hold on, Putin and Xi. That's a huge issue right there. And y'all need to pay attention to that. That would not be going on if Trump was still president. In my opinion, that's just me. In my opinion, we talked about that last night in the panel that got really heated. And yeah.
Trump understands them well. Economy, all right, that's far and away the biggest issue. Okay? Collapse of the social and criminal justice system, huge issue. And we're going through that now. And we'll illuminate that in a moment. The border, crisis. And Russia and China. Now, Russia and China in a domestic campaign will be number 4, unless China invades Taiwan and is war. Well, yeah. Okay. All in all, I spent more time with Donald Trump at dinner than I've ever spent with him. About 2 hours. When we used to go to games, Trump had like a 90-minute rule. He'd stay in the game for about 90 minutes. He'd split. And it was back and forth. There's nobody else around. All right. And Mar-a-Lago, the food is good. So I didn't know when I went, how long the dinner was going to be or what the schedule was like. It was boom, 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 boom. I got a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff that I can't tell you, but I can use it in my reporting down the road, which is why you watch and listen to me, because I have, and I'm not bragging, I'm just reporting, unique access to Donald Trump. But I don't give him any quarter. He screws up, I tell you, and you know that. That's a memo. All right, this indictment is, let me put it this way. This will hurt the Democrats far more than it will hurt Donald Trump and the Republicans. I mean, this is a fiasco. So I learned this morning that the Secret Service is going to block any arrest and handcuffs or photo op. That's not going to happen. The Secret Service has told the local authorities in New York City that they're not going to be able to extradite Donald Trump from Florida to New York and perp walk him or anything. It's not happening. So if he is charged in Manhattan, the district attorney Alvin Bragg, if Bragg does that, and the Trump lawyers believe that Bragg will, okay, it'll be done virtually, or it'll be done on a Zoom or something like that. Donald Trump is not coming to New York to be indicted.
Oh, so he's not coming to New York to be indicted. So the picture on my thumbnail is not going to happen. That's a good thing. Colonel B, thank you so much for the super chat. Colonel B says there's a rumor, may be true, that Putin didn't attack Ukraine during Trump's term because Trump said, if you attack Ukraine, I'll bomb Moscow. Biden isn't a do you want to take this outside kind of guy. You know what? I just now heard the same thing that Trump told him, yo, if you go after them, I'm going to pull up and I'm going to whoop your ass. And Putin was like, I don't want no smoke. I don't want no smoke. So it didn't happen.
That's what I've learned from the Secret Service. Now, tomorrow, if he comes to New York and he's indicted, I'm going to look like a fool. But I got to tell you what I'm told. Okay, number 2. This is about falsifying business records, which is a misdemeanor, all right, in the state of New York. Also, the statute of limitations on this misdemeanor, falsifying business records, is 2 years. This has been going on for 7 years.
So why are they even talking about it? If it's a misdemeanor and it's 5 years overdue, then why are we even discussing it? There's no indictment. Like, it's all about the optics. That's all it's about. We want to show people that this dude is a criminal. You should not vote for him. Period. We already know that he's not going, and they don't know, man. They just daggone messing with the hornet's nest, and it's going to end up biting them. It's going to sting them so daggone bad when it comes time to vote, and they're going to be so mad, man, that this thing backfired like this.
So there's no way this case even gets to a courtroom. This is all for show. Doesn't get there. Not going to happen. All right? Now, Bragg is trying to bump up the misdemeanor to a felony, something he never does. In fact, Bragg, 50% of the crimes in New York City that are felony charged, he busts them down to misdemeanors. So people won't have to serve jail time, which is why we have an insane criminality problem in New York, because of Alvin Bragg. Okay, Bragg is financed by George Soros. So keep that in mind. Far, far left guy.
Why do I keep on hearing that name, man? George Soros, George Soros, George Soros, George Soros, George Soros, George Soros. I keep on hearing that name, George Soros. Like, why is he mixed up in everything? George Soros is not even a daggone politician. Why is his name mixed up in everything? He's just sitting at home, just sending people cash apps with of $2 million here, $5 million there. Like, what is he up to? Why is he even important?
So according to Bragg, Trump spent money to silence Stormy Daniels and a woman named Karen McDougal, former Playmate of the Year or something, I don't even know, in some kind of personal situation. I do not know what happened. I don't really care what happened.
That's why, fellas, whenever y'all get super rich and super wealthy and all that other stuff, stay away from these skeezers, all right? You stay away from these scallywags, all right? If they out and about and they just putting themselves out there to just look cute so they can grab a hold of somebody that's already taken, you stay away from these daggone scallywags. You tell them, look, woman, only person I'm making love to is Jesus. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Thank you, Lord, because I love what you done for me. I will not be putting my ding-a-ling in none of these skeezers.
But money did change hands. And Bragg says that's a felony in New York.
Ginger, thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Marletta, thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate your super chat. Thank you so much.
No. And the feds already looked at it. The Federal Election Commission looked at it, declined to prosecute, and the Justice Department did. They looked at it. Nothing. The reason being that if you pay someone to keep quiet, that's not a crime. That's not a crime. Okay, you can choose to do that. What Bragg is saying is that Trump did it so he could run for office and he did it in a campaign context. Impossible to prove. Can't prove it. Even worse is that Hillary Clinton's campaign, and this is not whataboutism, I'm just reporting the story, okay? Hillary Clinton's campaign on March 29th, 2022, last year, was fined $113,000 by the Federal Election Commission for using campaign money, donated money, to buy the phony Steele dossier, which accused Donald Trump of Russian collusion, which the feds then said was bogus.
Whether you're doing a whataboutism or not, the truth is the truth. And it's unfortunate that some people get dealt with and some people do not. And it's all about who has the most funding. Somebody tell me all the time, follow the money. And George Soros just sitting up in this daggone, probably the biggest living room in the world. He probably had the biggest family room in the world with the biggest family, the biggest freaking furnace or fireplace. Well, he probably stay on the warm coast, so he don't need no fireplace on. But he chilling and he just paying it out like, yeah, let's go ahead and attack them and attack them and attack them and protect them. We're gonna protect Hillary and them, but we're gonna attack the other people. It's ridiculous, man.
That's 1,000 times worse than Stormy Daniels. Was Hillary Clinton prosecuted for that? No. Okay.
She should have been prosecuted for Benghazi, but I'm just going to keep my mouth shut.
It's a New York State resident. So it's not whataboutism. It's about our justice system. They paid the fine, and this was cute. So Clinton's campaign paid $8,000 of the $113,000. All right. The DNC paid the other $105,000. Can you imagine if Trump did that? I bet you didn't even know that. I bet you didn't even know it. Media ignored it. That was just last year. Okay. The only other president arrested and convicted of anything was U.S. Grant. All right, this happened in 1876, and old Ulysses liked to drive his horse-drawn carriage around DC at the fastest speed possible. Cop pulled him over and arrested him. He was fined $20. Back then, it would have been $500 today.
This dude got a speeding ticket. He got a speeding ticket and arrested. This dude, like, man, I'm the freaking president. I'm gonna be out here on my horse and carriage. I'm gone. I'm gone. He was on the very first Hellcat was a horse and carriage. That brother had the first Hellcat, and it was a horse and carriage. My gracious.
Is the only other president ever arrested and convicted of anything. U.S. Grant.
All right, we checked that out. Y'all let me know whatever y'all want me to know about that.